What's up, everyone? Welcome to 5 Rings. Today we are going to review the pullover. I'm not going to say dumbbell pullover because we're going to talk about a few different variations. But I was asked by someone to just kind of talk about the pullovers for a little bit and explain, a little bit of my thought process of why I might use them and what you're supposed to be doing them for. So dumbbell pullover, I first learned about this exercise, I'm sure as many of you older guys did, through reading Arnold's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding back in the day. And the dumbbell pullover that you would see in the book was they would be rested over, I'll demonstrate here, right? So rested over a bench, holding a dumbbell and pulling over right here. So grabbing the dumbbell. So nothing wrong with that variation. Obviously, you're going to have to be a little bit comfortable to get down there, have the mobility, both in the hips, knees are going to be comfortable, and we're going to talk about what kind of mobility you need in the shoulder to do these. Okay, so nothing wrong with that one. Nowadays, we see more the dumbbell pullover being performed on the flat bench. So same manner, right? But now you don't have to worry about arching your lumbar over the bench. So you can just simply lay on the bench here. You can even put your feet up on the bench to help relax the low back and make it feel a little bit better. But again, the arms are going back. Okay. So this is the one we see more often today. Now, the dumbbell pullover, what are you using? You're using several different muscles. You're going to, obviously you're stretching the lat when it goes back. The serratus anterior plays a part into this. And I'm going to talk a bit about how the triceps actually play in the dumbbell pullover or the pullover as well. But first I want to talk about some things you can do to make this a little bit more comfortable, because not everybody feels comfortable in the shoulders doing these. I run into this problem a lot with clients here at the gym. That doesn't mean that they can't do the pullover, but you're going to have to find a variation that works with their shoulders, okay? So one of the easiest things to do is to switch from a dumbbell to an easy bar. Now I'm going to show you two different easy bars. One is much easier and better on the shoulders, but it's not commonly found. And then the other one is the easy bar that you see in most gyms, and I'll show you some things you can do with that one. So the first one, I like this easy bar right here that has the ability, lets the client perform a neutral grip on the bar. This is going to allow the shoulders to move past the head a little bit more freely than if the palm is facing forward. You can see it's a little bit more tight even in my shoulders here, but when I turn my hand neutral, the humerus turns in the shoulder, allowing for a little bit more range of motion, easier feeling. Again, this is probably my go-to for most clients here at the gym when they run into problems with the traditional pullover. So again, same manner. I have my neutral grip on the bar, slight bend in my elbows, my shoulders are set, my scapula are set, and I'm going to focus on guiding the bar, not with my hands, but with my elbows, okay? So my elbows are gonna go back, my elbows going back, and now I'm going to pay attention to the stretch in my lats. You can see I'm actually getting a little bit deeper here than I did with a dumbbell, and then I'm going to push my elbows forward as if I were standing up. It's almost like I'm pushing my elbows down, right? So control down with the elbows, feeling the stretch in the lats, and push the elbows down, okay? So again, if you've got one of these bars, this is probably my favorite one to give to clients. However, if this is all you have at your gym, you can do two different things with this, right? One is the obvious go-to. Okay, grabbing the easy bar here, slight bend in the elbows, control down, feel the stretch, push the elbows up. That one's pretty good. You can also try a reverse grip pullover. So again, you're going to hold here, and now what you're going to do is start a little bit closer to the body, more bend in the elbows, and again, you're going to reach over and pull the elbows down. As if you were standing up, you're pushing the elbows down. So you can see that this feels much easier on my shoulders than even this one here, right? See, now I'm stopping a little bit shorter here versus here. Now, for sure, the different grips are going to work slightly different muscles in different ways. But again, if mobility is your issue, beggars can't be choosers. You want to do what you can pain-free and get what benefit out of it that you can. Now, another way that I like to, or how I like to use pullovers, I don't like to use them as a main driver of strength or anything like that, but I do use them in accessories because they tie in with so many important muscles here, the serratus anterior being incredibly important for stabilizing the shoulder. But I like how the dumbbell pullover plays in with the tricep. So a lot of times I'll use the dumbbell pullover as a post-exhaustion technique when performing certain tricep exercises. Now all that means is that post meaning after exhaustion, obviously, right? So after I perform a standard tricep exercise, after that I'm going to further exhaust the triceps with the dumbbell pullover. It's not a main tricep exercise, but trust me, if you throw them in after, say, some skull crushers or some close grip bench press, or even with an easy bar, you're gonna feel how those dumbbell pullovers play a part in the triceps. So again, I have a thing that I do here, and it's ubiquitous. It's not unique to this gym or myself. I personally call them the tri set, 3-3 set. There's 3 movements in this complex for the triceps. So that starts with the skull crushers, then you move on to close grip presses, and then you finish off with the pullovers. Clients love this, and when I say love, I mean they hate it, but they love how their triceps feel afterwards. It completely blows them up. So, starting off, we have skull crushers, and you can do anything. You can do nose breakers, you can do guillotine press, but more often than not, we do skull crushers here. Skull crushers, and then after that one, the triceps are feeling tired, you'll go in, you'll further exhaust them with some close presses here, and then after you feel like you've gotten everything out of them, you squeeze a little bit more out with the dumbbell, with the pullover. So again, stretch here, and trust me, by this point, you're gonna feel how pullovers can affect the triceps. So I love using pullovers in that manner. But again, if you want to use pullovers, just standalone exercises, reasons why I would use them. You are targeting the lats, you're targeting that internal rotation of the shoulder. You want to use them in conjunction with other serratus anterior exercises, and you can get a pre or a post exhaustion effect with them, same way that we did them with the triceps. That's mainly how I use pullovers. I don't use them too much, but they are a very good exercise that you can use. And again, if you have clients that they run into problems with the traditional dumbbell pullover, there are many other options. You can use bands, you can use a low pulley attachment. Oh, and another thing, I didn't cover this in the video earlier, but we'll cover it now. Another thing that can add, if you don't have access to the bars and all you have are the dumbbells, one other thing that you can do to help somebody with poor shoulder mobility do pullovers is use a decline bench. So it will increase the range of motion without them having to really force and grind through that end range back here where they're getting stuck. So I have a decline, it's a slight decline set up. So what that does is it puts me starting further down, I would say, in the beginning range of motion. Again, slight up bend in the elbows, control back with the elbows, feel the stretch. And so here feels a lot more comfortable than if I were on a flat bench. And then again, push the elbows down. So a decline bench is another great option, variation you can throw in with pullovers to help with people with poor shoulder mobility. I hope that helps some of you guys out there with pullovers and its many variations, and hope you can start adding them into your program pain-free. Thanks for watching.